Hi. I said I was gonna make a video for the new moon yesterday, so I'm making it now because there's a lot of stuff going on and we need to be ready. So I have my tea, I have my notes. Let's go. This is big. There's a lot of things happening. The technicalities here are we have a new moon, so Sun Moon conjunction with also conjunction to Uranus and Aries, squaring Pluto, quincunxing Jupiter. Pluto and Jupiter are sextiling at the same time, and we have two aspects before that, two aspects after that. Mercury is going direct on the 15th. We had the Venus-Mars trine, both sextiling Neptune, on the 11th. And then after the new moon, we're going to be having a huge Venus-Jupiter opposition with the moon conjuncting Venus and Venus trining Pluto. And that's on the 17th. And on the 18th, Saturn's going retrograde. So there's a lot. Okay. Let's start with the new moon. A new moon is, we all know, when the moon goes dark and we can't see it. But astrologically, it's the conjunction of the sun and the moon, right? So the sun is the essential yang. It's the energy that goes outwards. It's expression, light, the way we make happiness. It's our essence, our soul. And the moon is the essential yin. It's the energy that goes inwards, and it's our emotions, our inner reality. It's the screen that's always on in your head. It's the psychic, ethereal, mystical mind. So, when the sun and the moon conjunct, that's the moment monthly where we feel our essence and we exude our inner reality. It's a new beginning because it restarts the cycle of inner and outer soul. And it's even more of a new beginning in Aries, right? Because, well, in the Gregorian calendar, which is, I think, the calendar that most of the world uses nowadays, the year starts in January 1st in midwinter, but energetically the year starts with the spring equinox, with the spring equinox, which is when the sun goes into Aries and the spring starts. It all happens in the same exact moment. That's because Aries is the first sign and it's the energy of beginning. It's like a little plant sprouting, trying to get to the sun through the earth. It's the need to live. So it's a new moon is a new beginning in Aries, even more so. It's in conjunction with Uranus, which is also a planet of mental, detached, really quick transformation. Moving on to the next page. Very individual. Also, Aries, very individual. It's a moment where you have to do things for yourself, right? So we're definitely in front of we're in a moment where we need to start over. We need to leave a lot of things behind and start doing a lot of new stuff. And it's something that you have to come to terms with yourself about. It's a very personal thing, very individual. The new moon will also be conjuncting Aries, which is a dwarf planet that not many people talk about, even though it's literally bigger than Pluto. Pluto's more massive than Aries, but Aries is bigger than Pluto. I'm going to be making videos on all of that. But yeah, it basically has to do with pushing things aside. It has a really slow cycle of 500 years, and right now it's on one of the slowest parts of its cycle. It's in Aries. It's been in Aries since the 1910s, and it's gonna be until the 2040s. Right now, in history, what we're pushing aside is violence, identity, and even nationalisms, which has caused both world wars and the Cold War, and we still have 3 decades to go, so we don't know what's gonna happen. But the thing is, this transformation has to do with things in your life that you're not looking at, that you're demonizing, maybe even not listening to. The new moon squares Pluto, so it's even more of a transformation, painful transformation, maybe. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of pain in it. We really have to leave things behind. It's big. It's also quincunxing Jupiter. We talked about Jupiter and Pluto sextiling and the Sun Jupiter quincunx. The Sun Jupiter quincunx peaked, I think, yesterday on the 12th. But the moon has not joined the aspect yet. So this is because the moon is much quicker than the sun. This is gonna happen hours before the new moon on Sunday. I haven't said that. The new moon's on Sunday. Sunday the 16th. Sunday's not the 16th. It's technically, if you live in Europe, it's a Monday at, I think, 4 a.m. If you live in America, it's gonna be on Sunday to Monday. So Jupiter and Pluto are sextiling, so we're really understanding things that we have buried deep. We're understanding big cycles of transformation in our life, and well, all this understanding is still not really clicking with all the Aries energy that wants to go forward and transform. I would say this weekend, make the extra effort to understand and to connect and align with that understanding, because you're going to want to make the changes that you do in your life in the right direction. And if you don't align with what you're finding out about all the stuff that's going on inside you, you might not go the way you want to go. So, this is the new moon. We have 2 aspects before it and 2 aspects after it that are gonna condition the whole thing. Before the new moon, we have 2 aspects that I've talked about. I talked about them in the last video. We have Venus trining Mars, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Capricorn, both sextiling Neptune in Pisces. That happened on the 11th. This is, well, Venus wants to feel comfortable, especially in Taurus, which is its home sign. We want, right now, things in our life that are going to last, that we're going to be comfortable with. We're coming to terms with the things we want. And we're ready to take action on that and build things that last with the Mars and Capricorn trine. And if we're honest, really honest with ourselves, there's going to be a lot of help from, the universe, if you believe in gods. There's a deep instinct within yourself to do the right thing, to go where you really want to go and be happy, and all of this realization of what you want and the fact that you have to take action on it is connected to that. So really listen deep within yourself. It's also with Neptune, it's also a time where it's easier to fool yourself. So you want to be really, really honest, not superficial, honest. On the 15th, Mercury is going to go direct. Again, we talked about that. That means, well, when Mercury enters the the shadow period, which is the part of the zodiac that is going to go retrograde in this case in Aries. That happened, I think a little bit over a month ago. When Mercury enters the shadow zone, we do a lot of thinking. And then it goes retrograde. That happened on April 1st. And we have to reflect on all the things that we've mentally processed. Because our head, there's a lot in our head, and we really need to look at what's been going on. When Mercury goes direct again, and it redoes all of this process that we've done twice, but it's going forward. It's not reflecting. It's not rethinking. It's going forward. So you've probably reevaluated a lot of stuff. That obviously connects with the new moon that wants rebirth, the Jupiter-Pluto sextile that's realizing deep stuff, and the Venus-Mars-Neptune thingy that wants you to make choices that are good for you. And then we have two aspects after the new moon, immediately after. On the 17th, sis, we have a big thing. Let me take a sip. We have Venus and Taurus opposing Jupiter and Scorpio at the same time, trining Pluto and Capricorn, which is sextiling Jupiter, and at the same time, Venus conjuncting the moon. So, we've talked about Pluto, we've talked about Jupiter, we've talked about Venus. Pluto and Jupiter. We're realizing stuff. We're realizing big stuff that we have buried inside us, subconscious, psychological crap that we're figuring out, and it's going to help us in a very long-term journey we're doing with Pluto and Capricorn. Venus and Taurus wants us to choose things that are good for us, that are nurturing, that are long-lasting. And Venus is going to be opposing Jupiter, trining Pluto, and conjuncting the moon. So we're going to be very connected to our long-term transformational journey, Pluto, crashing our need for stability with our understanding. So maybe that's a realization that's a bit painful, right? Maybe it's something that you don't want to acknowledge, but you need to. This is good, because if Venus was in Taurus doing all these aspects without any aspects to Scorpio, we would be really in danger of making choices based on comfort and not deep psychological analysis. So we would do stuff that would bring us to not prosper and get stuck. But with the opposition to Jupiter, the trine to Pluto, we're going deep, and we need to be honest. We really need to be honest with ourselves. And there's a lot of understanding. So great. This is really great. Also, the moon is going to be on top of Venus while all this is happening, so this is going to affect us emotionally a lot. Big stuff. there's a lot going on right now. This is like a major, well, on the 18th or the 17th, depending on where you live, Saturn is going retrograde. Now, Saturn's in Capricorn. It's been in Capricorn since the winter solstice, December 20th. Since then, we've been doing a lot of work. We've been building a lot of stuff in our life. This is gonna last until the end of 2020, Saturn and Capricorn cycle, with a little bit of a little intermission in 2020 when Saturn's gonna go into Aquarius and then go back. It's a part of our lives where we wanna build things that work, and learn responsibility, whatever that means in your life. Be critical. You don't want to conform to things that you don't want to be happy, that are not going to make you happy. But we're learning to work, to be disciplined, to be organized, to build things that you want, that are gonna last a long time. That can be a lot of things. That can be fixing emotional issues. It can be getting a college degree that you really want. It can be learning skills for a job. It can be a lot of stuff depending on where it falls in your chart, but we're doing a lot of work. Now it's Saturn going retrograde. We still have a lot of work. The work is not stopping, but instead of going forward, we're not discovering new stuff. Now we're reflecting on all the stuff we've been doing since December the 20th. So it gets a little bit more chill. It's a little bit less frenetic, less hysterical. You still are gonna have to work a lot, but now we have the chance to realize what we've done, reap the benefits, and analyze for a few months as Saturn is retrograde, to analyze from this experience we've gained all these months, this whole winter, how we want to continue with all of this work and all this building. So, summing it all up, we have a huge new moon with Uranus and Aries. This is a new beginning. We're turning a page. This is probably one of the biggest combination of aspects we're gonna have this year. We're in a moment where we're understanding a lot of stuff, and we need to be honest about it because we need to make choices and we need to take action. We're at a time with all this earth energy where decisions are gonna last a long time. You want to make the right decisions. Don't over stress about it. You can analyze stuff without overthinking or beating yourself up, without anxiety. But what the universe is calling for right now is change, structure, choices, action, and above all, honesty. You know what's going on. You know. We all know what's going on in our lives right now. We've realized we been knew, but like now we really know. So move forward in a way that, even though in ways it can be challenging or scary, you know it's gonna make you happier. And this is the new moon. Good luck. Take it easy. It's important. It's a big moment. But you're gonna deal with it better if you have a clear, tranquil, chill mindset. And that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope I helped you. Tell me in the comments what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, because I want to get really good at this. I really like making these videos. I've literally done 3. No, but I like it. So, I'll see you again soon. I'm gonna start my Learning Astrology 101 series very soon. So, if you like this stuff, subscribe, because there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming. Have a nice day, and we'll see you around.